Okay. Enti osabre nso hemo records we nipa dodo be say na bia motimi save o mo na dodo senso na afrim na dodo se na bia ayire amohwehwe o mo.
Nti nipa ewu die the number I'm going with is 12.
12.
The number could be more than that because there are other places and for to say in conforso and so no we enya dia ubetimi e dia bochacha no until we're able to get verifiable news no me say me but number no I'm pretty sure say more than 12 no but verifiable ones are me are verified no be 12 any plan be who or tema Newtown ala you say be we alugushi achimota ma mi bi ni ba all these places no okay kaka bomo number no be 12 and so no baby so no more tema Newtown and other places and conformity or more of no era into no you say ebia enelko I'm not being a prophet of doom and so no enelko ebia death too no what is say no ebe increase
minim sabre omo a ebi nso bi ko enya nte ese nso no enya eto gusu beto ewo ahoodin mu a die na mo hwe anim so manfo no enye sabre ye nso no to na ahoodin so yi
enti me be say as a service no ebe yeso no ye die enso ho be hia say timemufo nso be omo die say ombe asuti amai inya akonya ti se mu die na ye di tunko for a bomba is only again no say Ministry of Interior release about bonting umbe here say ubia esi obi epia omo modena obi epia omo modena unti weather forecast no who see that issue to ebeko no ntimi fambo ne ho ban na wan ko mistake if you say introduce way say okay say still no over driving and urban anti-afimua, both driving and walking, no, they all present their own unique challenges. In Sebastian Crawford said, Omonia Suchi, na Yakuya Tisamu did near the Tunko for Ombe Asuchi no Mitzi, na again Timemufoya, in Shota, Omu take advantage, say, in Shoton Afina, Omu Edibola, Ebegu. After bola ebabegu gotamu enya ne kwan papa say na eba how no ba high na because even as fire officers you responded to fire cry na minia and I say eja na e word don say eja na e word don you see for instance no na because na crofo na flood no incident no yeah, responding to fire.
We just finished an aerial tour of Accra to inspect the flooded areas. Unfortunately, the flooding has been very extensive today for several reasons. One, the recorded rainfall today is one of the highest in several years. The Meteo looking at approximately 140 millimeters that was dumped on Accra. Last year, the maximum rainfall was 56 on a single day. And so the volumes are much higher. And so there are many issues to the flooding in Accra. There's climate. If you look at the rainfall pattern from 2024, 2025, 2026, you see that increasingly every year we're getting more rain in Accra than we used to get. 85 millimeters of rain. And then in 2025, it increased to 172. And then in 2026, for the same 30-day period in June, it increased to 333. And so the waterways are not getting a chance to recover before more rain is dumped.
On issues in ba na akwakwa eti se o ka na akwati se wan hwe be ka se uni atinka but the esi wa Accra nyina dodo na eye nipa Fl00d na first na baby wo ha insuo enyiri no eye de nipa baby wa Accra first na insuo to a enyiri eye nipa edum first no na insuo enyiri wa edum eye nipa baby na wote no na insuo nam ho ena se say insuo no yesi ene de asi dan meboa ena insuo yira fa no ena wusu eye nipa wana be just oh Jesus and I'm say problems no opesa wo kan ene pese de pepepe ye adwuma me be president that be say Ghana for na ewa hai delegate system ni ye na no kre na ye mu bi omuso mu nje ye bribe because ye in bribe no na say for ni ntimi ntua bi ene aba be ye MP ni president ni bi because Ghana ajatum say opeso ye president ti say wo $100 million nso mi ni bi mi nya bi na me de akwa kotuatua bribe ntia no kre pa ne say jise nyame ene bem se abrochire de na ye hwe se wo betimi aye adwuma ne atamo ye se kɔ enya wo na wo kwakɔ ha wo bia kotuatua bribe bia na me kame ye president wa wasi insuomu edan e ka mebɔ wo no wo ye mehyew wa wasi so because my catch say ye wo kwan ya ye fa so si ensuomu dan wo ensuom ye wo kwan ya ye fa so si ensuomu asase edan aha de ye akwadworo ni ntino engineers ne tini ba bi no aton asase no na de ye nima ne say yam faili asase no yam faili asase no ne ensi so dan ye ya kwadwofo dodo just ye bibia anye papa engineering na ye nyina ye ko school ko sua ye no sa na ye kire ye engineers mo tete assembly ho a e ba no apepama no na de bia ye blame politicians engineers na mo tete ho no assemblies ho no mo ye nipa bonefo sa engineers no engineers na mo tete ho a mani kan na moni ahemfo bi atwitwa nsase a yeni kwanse atwitwa nyame betua moka mo sa engineers no God will punish you mo amoton insoma sase a moton wi a mon kan kyerɛ mo ekwan fa so si insoma sase na magya mo saa na o masi insoma sase na inso na to na ayiri abefa nkrofo God will punish you guys sika no beje mucha munim say just say I don't get people. Eba say a politician na hu amaniu. But the engineers no, any civil servants no, a omuti aban mu nnwuma mu no, a omuti assembly ho no, omuti dwini mu kra kyan amanyofo no, but the be fra amanyoni. Kumasi asase nyina ho na eton ye. Na woton a baby wo hwe ye nsom no nka nche ne se aha sei se wo pese woton nsom asase a sei ne esi edan monko abrochire mu hu bi nananom madaroma abrochire mu monko mu hu bi sei nsom asase a nanse mu kokokokoi mu hu bi mu hu se ye wo kwan ye fa so si dan wo nsuo mu me building technology amekoye na OKA University ye kire me bibi a ye frɛ no various types of foundation bia ye wo asase bia ne foundation ye wo ho ye asase no ye wo different types of soil and engineers no be catch us say wo ye bibi e frɛ no reconnaissance answer na wo be sit down and now be your construction bi no wo ye bibi e frɛ no reconnaissance ne say o kwa akɔhwɛ asase no so akɔhwɛ say asase ya megina so yi aha ye clay aha ye loamy aha ye sandy aha ye waterlogged aha ye say ni nyina ye kyerɛ ye yo mi wo school mu ye kyerɛ me ne engineers na o mu nyina anim say asase bia wo the kind of foundation ayeye omunim into the part foundation. The momper types of foundation, mommy. Nanko for insia dewa. Types of foundation.
The plasma to carry things away. So don't put your building in the waterway. 2, to patrol the human conduct is what is most disturbing. Say, you ever see a wura at the Gukatam? The grain, the storm drain are supposed to be free, so that it's not to be far, echo, and it ends in the sea. But a blocker, until the water will run. If it comes to an area where it is blocked, the water will still run. But this time it will run into our home. It's an important thing. The MMGC pay particular attention to storm drains in the rainy season. So distance devoted resources and distance drains, and policy drains, and make sure that the inhabitants of the area where the drains are situated, here rubbish and 2 days no, because that is one of the causes. 3, the Ministry of Roads and Highways, the water contractor, we must be able to model the extent, the volumes of water, the ever, and what kind of storm drain can contain the water. So these are the mitigation methods. We have to adapt. And how do we adapt? Again, there are certain things that we should not do. There are certain things that we should avoid completely. When rain is coming, make sure that if you are on low ground, you move to high ground. There must be open spaces in different, let's say, parks and gardens. Meaning what has happened to their parks. They were supposed to be open space so that until if people are in danger, they can move to the open spaces which are high ground, so that until Accra, they return to their homes. And so we must remodel, rethink how we adapt to this climate change situation.
Papa ko ni pe bi busan se me fa ni se ye ball asem ne ade no wa ye waste ball anum ne ade se ye ni pe bi a wonom e ba be fa companies dia municipal assemblies na ye order say okay ye ball na ye no containers mu fancy wo ye ba be fa at a fee na sa ade ne ma se ni pa na ne ya na so hu se nsuo to a de ba be gum e ho no ti say.
Oh yes, so it's one. I agree with you. So the idea only responsible for waste disposal. The waste disposal unit is a very, very important unit of the district assembly, because they generate waste. And we are now living in mega cities. Waste disposal is also not only Ghana, but even in the United States of America and most developed countries. So our assemblies must develop a robust mechanism for dealing with waste.